don't have it. He's promised a lot. Let's discuss with our panel. Alvin Tillery is founder of the Alliance for Black Equality. Antoine Seawright is a Democratic strategist, and Tara Setmeyer is co-founder and CEO of the Seneca Project and was a Republican communications director up on Capitol Hill. I want to dive into the reason why we brought you all here in just a moment. But Tara, I want to talk to you first about some breaking news that we're just getting in here at CNN. President-elect Trump is expected to announce in the coming days that Stephen Miller, his top immigration advisor, will serve as White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Tara, you know Stephen Miller's politics and his policy ideas all too well. We should remind our viewers he was one of the architects of the family separation policy during the first Trump administration. That policy, for viewers who don't remember it, resulted in the separation of thousands of migrant families, basically taking children away from their mothers when they came across the border into this country unlawfully. Tara, your reaction to Stephen Miller being tapped for this kind of a role?
Well, that's what people voted for. I suggest lots of folks who voted for Donald Trump go back and watch a lot of interviews and media appearances by Stephen Miller, and you see who he is. He's a despicable human being that is a racist and a xenophobe, and his own family has disowned him. And this is now who has proximity to power in the White House, basically number 2 next to Susie Wiles, in the ear of the President of the United States. Well, I guess the upside is at least he won't be DHS Secretary or Attorney General. I mean, I don't know.
Do you think that's because they were probably worried that he couldn't get confirmed? Is that?
Probably, yes. But, Trump, that's why Trump is asking for recess appointments, and they're trying to circumvent normal institutions and processes, because you're going to find out that a lot of these people would not be able to pass muster once they are really on public display. I've often said that I do not think that not the MAGAs, they know what they got. But a lot of people who felt that, well, it was the economy, or it won't be so bad, or, they're not fully aware of what they have done and the people they have ushered in. You didn't just vote for Donald Trump. You voted for the people like Stephen Miller, the people who gave those speeches during the fascist rally there you had in Madison Square Garden. They voted for that too. So we're about to see what these people are going to bring onto the American people and our government. And God help us.
And I do want to bring in just very quickly Steve Contorno, our Trump campaign reporter. Steve, you've got more information on Stephen Miller being tapped as a Deputy White House Chief of Staff for Policy. I mean, that is a major role. And I guess one thing that we should note to our viewers is that 2 of the biggest announcements Donald Trump has made since winning the election about what's going to be happening with his new administration, 2 of the big announcements are basically pertain to his plans for mass deportations in this country. Thomas Homan as border czar and Stephen Miller as Deputy White House Chief of Staff.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess it should come as no surprise given how much emphasis Donald Trump put on immigration in his campaign. Even when poll after poll after poll kept showing that the economy was the motivating factor for a lot of individuals, Donald Trump remained adamant that he believed that the top priority and the top concerns facing this country were immigration related. And the advancement of Stephen Miller into this role certainly aligns with that. Now, Miller has been closely involved with Trump's presidential campaign, and he has stayed close to the president after he left office. He has been one of the people who has been working behind the scenes to put together policy plans, executive orders, all of that could be help get the administration off and running from the moment Donald Trump is sworn in. And Miller is interesting as well because he will be under Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, who is really well known for being a manager of Trump's orbit and of Trump himself and being sort of a disciplined general, but she is not a policy wonk by any stretch. And Stephen Miller fancies himself as someone who is in the weeds and enjoys getting into these policy battles. And he has been very much someone in the past who has written and been influential in shaping Donald Trump's policies, especially on immigration. And you can imagine that he will work closely with Tom Homan on any plans regarding this mass deportation that Trump has promised and is setting the stage to deliver.
All right, Steve Contorno, thank you very much. I want to go to Antoine, who's with me and the rest of the panel.